Ooh wee, what's up, y'all? It's your girl Sakina, and I'm back for another review. This is my review for Belle Collective. This is season 2, and this is episode 7. And baby, when I tell you these girls are going at it, Tisha is going after Akeisha, and she's saying that her issues is coming from what she say. Child, look, I hopped right into it. Hold on, wait. Be sure to check us out tonight on the Whether You Like It or Not panel. It will be hosted by Giving You the Real Tea at 9:15 Eastern Standard Time. Again, set your reminders. I don't know when this video is going to come up. It might come up after the panel, whatever. Okay, even if this is after Tuesday, damn it, make sure that you tune in and do the playback, okay? But anyway, yes, like I said, Tisha told Akeisha that nobody wanted her as a child. And then Akeisha confessional, baby, she said, my grandfather left me generational wealth. Look, I can't even get it. I'm so excited, or not excited, but I'm just hyped up based off of this argument. But yeah, Akeisha said, baby, my grandfather left me generational wealth. Your grandfather left you a story. So yeah, and Tambra talking about, this sister intervention isn't going the way that she wanted it to go. It's supposed to be about positivity or whatever. But I'm like, if you wanted it to go a particular way, then why were you being a bone carrier? Like, just make that make sense, Tambra. What? And Tisha definitely is going in talking about, you begged for a seat at the table. And just like Akeisha said, baby, just make sure them plates is clean at said table, okay? Tisha, baby, she really got you with that one. That was a really good one. But yeah, Tisha was definitely, turning the hell up. So then they get on the phone with Marie because Tisha was like, and Tambra told us that you called us ugly. And Akeisha was like, bro, I never said anything like that. So they get Marie Monroe on the phone and she was like, yeah, Tambra definitely told us that you called us ugly. The phone got to getting passed around. What's her name? Latrice got on the phone too. And Tambra was like, no, what I said was she can be very blunt. And when we were on the phone talking about Jackson, Akeisha said there aren't any more pretty girls than Jackson. Now, let me say this. If she said that, that does not mean that she is calling this group of women ugly. Tambra, they all saying that you said that Akeisha called them ugly, not saying that there weren't any more pretty women in Jackson. That could be taken 2 different ways. She does not know these women. So if she made a general statement about Jackson, that wouldn't faze me. Now, if you're trying to target a particular group, even still, it's like, childish, but I can see why they would feel some type of way if you making catty, comments about a direct group. Either way, Tambra, bitch, you're messy. You're doing entirely way too much. I don't know what has gotten into her this season. I don't know if she felt like she needed to kick it up a notch, but you're causing unnecessary beef amongst the group. And I don't like that. Because at this point, I'm looking at you like, what's really going on, Miss Tambra? Tambra, baby, flip-flopping. Because 1 minute, I thought she was joking. Then the next minute, you trying to kick it as if she was really serious. So even then, I'm actually with Akeisha. If you thought I was joking, then why would you bring that back to the girls? Like, she's doing a deflection tactic. Because even when she got to pounding on the table, ooh, she's shaking the table. Like, girl, no, you're deflecting because you know what you did was stir up this whole situation, and you realize that Tisha and Akeisha start looking like, yeah, really, it's not us that's the problem, it's Tambra. So then that's when you start trying to use other distractions to kind of take away from you actually being the common denominator. But so Gucci is peeping what I'm peeping, and no, sis, you definitely doing way too much. And I wouldn't want to fool with her no more because what is your reason if all it is? Tambra said that if she didn't like Akeisha, she would say it. Baby, why she say that? Because then Tisha turned the camera over to Marie and was like, oh, really? She talking about some she like her. Lo and behold, they got a group, a Belle Collective group chat that they decided to form together. And Tambra was like, she don't want to be in the text group if Akeisha is in it. And then they show screenshot proof that it's only about 4 members in the group. And Akeisha is not in it. So obviously you got some undercover pressure with this lady and you're not keeping it a book. You going over to her house, scaring her baby and all of this shit. All the while you playing both sides. Like, you really don't fuck with her. It's the strange. This is like literally the strangest thing. Like, bruh, Tambra is fake. And then I don't know if y'all peep this. Tambra, her voice, I know a lot of people been saying that. She be putting on with that voice. She's definitely putting on. Go back to that scene where she told Marie she didn't remember saying that about Akeisha. A whole southern accent came out. That prim and proper aggravating ass voice that she be trying to use for her radio show, not there. I said, oh, bitch, you're definitely fake. Oh my gosh, I cannot believe Tambra is like this. Now, they suddenly switch gears and they start talking about the mun, and now everybody is all kumbaya with Tambra. I didn't like the way that was edited because it just did not flow. I don't know. Like, honestly, I don't even care to discuss it. They decided to make up, and I was with Tisha. Akeisha, bitch, I'm pretty. I said, I know that's right. Tisha is definitely pretty. I noticed that on the first season. Like, I always thought that, you know, her look. I think I even said that on one of my videos on season 1. That, you know, she just really has a very stunning look to me. Like, I just keep getting drawn to her. Ooh, look at my girl Kenya Moore on this DirecTV commercial. Oh, with Kyle and Teresa. Hey, Kenya, girl. Anyway, I'm getting sidetracked. But yeah, they decided to make up with Akeisha, and we just gonna see where all of this goes. But I hope they all leave with the common understanding that Tambra can't be trusted. We get a scene with Akeisha and her husband, and she was saying that their coffee shop is about to start breaking ground. I think that's what she was saying. And then she was asking him how meeting with the men were. And he was like, you know, it was okay. Glenn opened up his heart about his infidelities and all of that. You know, basically, he ain't really feeling the men like that. So then that causes her to have a conversation about the women and what Tisha said. So Tisha was like, yeah, your family didn't want you. And that stemmed from Akeisha being adopted by her aunt. Her parents couldn't take care of her, basically, and she ended up staying with her aunt. And I do think that that was definitely a low blow. It wasn't necessary. It was way too much. So as of now, Akeisha doesn't want to do business with her. Honestly, I don't blame her because it was a little too extreme for the situation. Like, I mean, you can't be that hurt because she allegedly called you ugly to the point where you throwing her childhood in her face like that. Like, that was way too much. And give that energy to Glenn, girl. Don't give it to somebody who it's not that damn deep. Anyway, oh yeah, and I forgot about the whole So Gucci and Latrice scene. They trying to get the kids together and do something, and Latrice said that she thinking about having a little Cliff running around the house because there's so much love between her and her husband. I said, okay, child, so we'll see how that goes. Tambra the Fibber and Mel the Stallion, they get together, and Tambra is saying that she's preparing for a walk the runway. I think that's what it's called. It's a fashion show in Jackson that they have annually, and they, of course, talk about the sister venture, and Mel thought she was going to have to pull some girls off of each other. And then Tambra says that she never said that Akeisha called them ugly. That was Tisha's interpretation. Now, knowing that you a liar, I can't fully believe that. I don't know. I don't feel like that's the way that you kicked it to the girls. I just don't. But anyway, she invited Mel to walk in the fashion show, and they gonna get it popping, and that was pretty much the end of that scene. All right, so let's go ahead and get into this scene with So Gucci and her family. So you have JJ, his 3 daughters, So Gucci, and her daughter. And they have a sit down, and the daughter, I think her name is Dee, So Gucci's daughter, she let So Gucci know beforehand, before the girls got there, that she wanted to speak on something. So for the first time out of 10 years, this is the first time that they had like a family meeting. They typically go through their parents or, you know, speak individually as far as their issues, but they decided to come together and have a family meeting. And Dee let JJ's daughters know that it was just a very uncomfortable situation after a while with them growing up together. So Dee was saying in her confessional that when So Gucci and JJ got married, the attention from her and her brother got shifted to JJ and his girls, because So Gucci wanted the perfect family. So she kind of neglected, her kids' attention a bit. So then she started going off into the story of how the girls made her feel coming up. They said when they were younger, they really got along, but there were also comments made along the way that made her basically feel insecure. Like, the girls were very mean. Now, the twins were saying that they felt like, things were going great. But according to Dee, that's not the case. And she said that's because they were super mean to her. Even when they would take showers together as kids, they didn't want to share the same soap as her. And she was like, she didn't know if it was like, a colorism thing or what. But they really did make her feel very bad about herself. And honestly, listening to Dee, it has nothing to do with the colorist, situation. It's just the fact that I do believe her, because I think that a lot of people, even if you peep in the confessionals, the girls were like, that's not true. She's making it seem like this happened and it really didn't. She's like making up these things herself. I can't say that I believe that 100%. And the reason why I say that is because, one, you're not going to admit that you said something like that. Two, the victim always remembers what had been said or done to them, because they're the ones that are still either affected or was affected by it. So of course they remember the mean things that you done and you said. Meanwhile, you don't really give a fuck and you can just move on and, carry on with life as you typically would. The girl said she's still in therapy over some of the experiences that she had experienced in her own household. So I really believe that she is very hurt. And even to see So Gucci tear up, you know how it is when you see one of your loved ones hurt. That never feels good. So Gucci said she didn't even know that she was hurting to this extent. So just hearing her, like I said, I pretty much believe it. I'm not saying that, the other girls are lying, but I'm just saying that, yeah, I can definitely see Dee's side of things. Y'all, I got a little emotional. Wait a minute. Okay, so yeah, the girls are having their differences. And like I said, I'm not saying that JJ's daughters are necessarily lying. They may, everybody feels like their experience is different. Bottom line, they do need to come together. It's good that they are having this discussion together. Get your issues out there. Just like So Gucci said, it's not gonna be taken care of through one conversation. What JJ was saying, just as far as, Dee about to have her baby and them coming together and being a family and all of that, like, that was very beautiful to me. And even throughout the whole interaction with the kids, I love that the parents weren't taking sides. They handled that situation so well. They let the girls say whatever they had to say. Because, at the end of the day, they are young adults. So it's like, these might be your children, but at the same time, they do have to learn how to communicate when it comes down to conflict and just family in general, because they are a blended family. So I just love the whole interaction between the parents and how they handled the situation. It was just very beautiful. It got me a little emotional, because it's very easy for me to make up with somebody. I just hope that they are able to actually move forward, and that it isn't any, like, how you try to fake it till you make it in the moment, and then when you leave, you get in the car, you be like, child, what she was saying was some bullshit. Like, I ain't fucking with her. I really hope that they are genuinely trying to reconnect and move forward. But, we'll get an update for the reunion, I'm sure. We get to the Walk the Runway event, and baby, Mel the Stallion, honey, stacked, okay? I said legs and hips and body. Yes, ma'am. Baby, we know you was hiding all of that now, Miss Ma'am. Okay, ma'am. So Gucci get on the runway, y'all. Why JJ start throwing ones, and then he get his ass on the damn stage, chasing her down, tossing ones. Sir, then gave her a slap on the booty. Go ahead and sit down, because this is not that type of party. Let your wife work, and you celebrate when y'all get home. Now, shit. God darn it. Look, in the words of JJ, do y'all notice he always say that? God darn it. So then, Tambra is, closing out the runway show. And then here come the mom with a bouquet of flowers. Oh, hold on, wait. You know what? Because I was kind of like, okay, why do people always feel like they have to do grand things in front of people? Like, it just takes away from the moment. Like, okay, wait until she's done to give her flowers. Don't cut her off in the middle of her closing out the show. I don't like when people do stuff like that. Even with JJ, when he got on the stage, like, yeah, it was funny, but in our reality, like, get your ass down. And then Tisha, you show up with Glenn for the sake of charity, because Walk the Runway is charity. Yes, I'm filming. What are you talking about? Call my name. No, I'm not. No. So, yes, yeah, I'm sorry. Yeah, you showing up with Glenn for the sake of charity. And, girl, what? So, trust me, this charity ain't that damn important. What's y'all last name? The Pierces ain't that damn important in Jackson to show up to a damn fashion show to be a united front. Girl, everybody know what the hell y'all story is. Just go the fuck home already. Okay, so yeah, they definitely doing some weird type shit, Tambra and Greedy. Now he's sitting amongst the group of men, and Tisha, I think Latrice was there too, and Tisha steps aside with Damon and was like, Tisha is saying that y'all had an emotional connection. Here he go. I got an emotional connection with God. Okay, bruh. Like, seriously. Did y'all peep what he said? That was back in 2014. What was back in 2014? When you and Tisha was mixing and mingling? Is that what that mean? Don't bring that to her. Don't bring that to Tambra, because I gotta wipe them tears. Why would she be wiping tears if you ain't have an emotional connection with Tisha? Like, Greedy. You was being greedy. And it don't even matter. Like, if it was something that happened in the midst of y'all's break or whatever, then okay, because y'all wasn't together this whole time. So I don't understand what the big deal is about it, for real. But the way that they're moving and going about this, it is very strange. Because that security guard that came up to break up them talking to the group, what was that? Now, the man, he didn't seem like he was trying to shy away from the conversation, because he even told Tisha, if this gets brought up again, come to me. So it wasn't like he was shying away from it. But who the hell hired this security guard to sweep Tambra and Damon away? Like, that was just very weird. And Tambra, she don't like the idea of Tisha and Greedy talking, I guess, because she feel like maybe they'll get down to something or be in a business. I don't know. But that was just very strange. That was back in 2014. Child, what was back in 2014? Please share with the class, because we would like to know. And that would explain why you got a little spicy with production and all of that. So, y'all let me know what y'all thought about this episode, this review. Let's get down in the comments. Again, be sure to check us out tonight on the Whether You Like It or Not panel. We will be discussing this episode as well as the reunion part 1 for the Real Housewives of Atlanta. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see y'all in the next one. Bye-bye. Ooh, I sound like Jamie. That's me. Hey, girl. I just thought about that when I said that.